guys, welcome to the video. Sending some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you need it out there this holiday season, guys. I will be uploading throughout the holidays, but I'm not sure which video will go live on which day. Today, I'm not going to edit this video, so you're getting some raw ash, boys and girls. Sit back and relax and enjoy the show as we review Lady Noelle. I actually completed her fusion a little bit early. I got so lucky I pulled one void shard during the champion chase, and I got my hands on the epic. It is really nice around the holidays to get lucky like that, honestly, because I have a lot going on. I'm sure you guys do as well. Also, I got my hands on one or two of the rares through ancient shards, so that was cool. I do have an ancient shard opening in a day or two as well, maybe on Christmas Day. We'll see. But Lady Noelle, I mean, there's some divided opinions on her out there for sure. I see some players saying she's absolutely trash, super disappointing. Other content creators out there saying she's really, really amazing. I actually fall a little bit more towards maybe not amazing, but I think she's a really cool champion. She's not S tier or anything like that, especially for a Void Legendary. And I think that part of the shame for Lady Noelle is missed opportunities. Mainly the missed opportunity for Plarium not going in there and really taking the time to buff Sir Nic. Frankly, Sir Nic used to be the GOAT when I started playing, like one of the most wanted Void Legendaries out there in the game. These are the days of Martyr and Valkyrie being the best two Legendaries in the game. Sir Nic was not that far behind, actually. He has the shield, he has the continuous heals, and the unkillable. But over time, he's not the nuker that he once was. He was the best HP-based nuker for a long time. But then we had, you know, the Tauruses, the Erixes, the Narcissus, and I could go on and on and on. There's a lot better options out there than him. And it's kind of a shame because he's a token trader champion too. Now, I wouldn't advise anybody buy this guy, even if you're going for Lady Noelle, unless at least you have your Bannerlord, or Sacred Order rather, faction Guardians totally complete. But he costs 400 life tokens. That's 8 legendary champions that you need to unlock this dude. Oh my word. I wish they would allow you to exchange epics for life tokens, even if it was just like 10 life tokens, right? Even just a tiny bit where you had to sacrifice hundreds over times. At least it would get, or provide an opportunity rather for players to actually get some of these champions. Anyway, I digress. I wish they had buffed Sir Nic along with his companion champion, Lady Noelle. So we'll be seeing a lot of Sir Nic, and I actually want to point out the build on Sir Nic and Lady Noelle. They're my absolute favorites on both of these champions, and they're a little bit maybe just slightly outside the box. They're kind of meta sets, but I really love them, and I encourage you guys, especially if you have both of them, to give them a try. Anyway, Lady Noelle, she looks incredible. I love the aesthetic here. She's just really just like kind of regal-ish. She is Lady Noelle after all, but she really fits the Sir Nic vibe as well. I even like kind of her avatar as well, right? Pretty cool looking champion. She has speed in arena battles by 30%, which is fantastic. Her base speed is okay at 105. I would really have loved a 107 to 115 range on her base speed, so that's kind of a bummer, especially for a speed or a void legendary. I really would have loved, you know, 110 if I can be greedy, or 114, Lady Kimmy Siffy status, right? But anyway, her base stats aren't that bad overall, fairly tanky as well. On her A1 Ice Crack Staff, plays the block buffs, also decreases the turn meter by 20% if they're under a freeze, and these effects cannot be resisted by Sir Nic. Now, if you're going to be playing her with Sir Nic on the team, nothing can be resisted, so you don't need to build her with accuracy, okay? So it gives you a real luxury if you're going to rock them together and how you want to build, or how you're able to build Lady Noelle. This A2 Invigorating Chill is pretty cool ability here. It's a 3-turn cooldown. Both the books go to the cooldown, which is nice. Target an ally. If the ally's under a sheep, it removes it. She's really an arena champion for the mid and the end game, in my opinion. And then she becomes a just overall carry reviver for the early game. Early game, she's going to be really good. And then end game, she's very interesting. I'll say interesting. You guys can be the judge after this video. So she can remove the sheep. If they're not under a sheep, she has a really good heal. 50% of this champion's max HP and also a surplus heal. If the target's Sir Nic, though, it activates his unkillable and continuous heal ability, and it doesn't put it on cooldown on this A2. Now, on top of all of that, she's bringing an increased speed on all allies for 2 turns. So really nice ability, healing, sheeping, reversal, or removal, as well as that Sir Nic trigger all on a 3-turn cooldown with the increased speed from an AoE reviver. The AoE revive is really nice because it's on a 3-turn cooldown. A revive all dead allies at 50% HP and 50% turn meter on a 3-turn cooldown. It's one of the better revives out there, you know, considering the cooldown and the survivability and turn meter. It's really not bad at all. It's really nice to have. I could even see using her in Chimera Clan Boss, especially for progression players out there, just because she brings the increased speed and the revive on that short cooldown, which is great because your damage dealers are going to be dying from that reflect damage. So we love the cooldown there. Just make sure you're not building her for Chimera specifically with the lowest crit damage on your team. But this is the cool part for the arena. Or for wave content, for that matter. 3-turn cooldown, 100% chance of placing a freeze on all enemies for 1 turn. I mean, back in my day, this kit would be busted. So people who are saying she sucks, yeah, that's a big overstatement. She doesn't suck. A 3-turn freeze that can be used even if nobody's dead. So now she just has 100% freeze on a 3-turn cooldown with a great heal. I'm not going to repeat all the stuff that she's doing, right? Cannot be resisted or blocked if Sir Nic is on the same team. That's really good. All right, and then it comes all together with the passive here on Cryomatic Queen. Decreases the speed of all enemies under freeze by 10%. Very, very nice. And then when a sheep debuff expires on an ally, fills their turn meter by 50%. That's great. That's great. So really a big solution alongside Feral Gear to polymorph, to sheep out there. And we already talked about her speed in all battles. Let's get right to the builds here because I want to go into the arena. So I'm going to show you the builds on a few of the champions that we'll be using. Obviously, starting with the lady herself, not Senna Emberheart. Man, why do I think that Senna's picture, or a profile pic here? Profile pic, Ash? Really? You sound like a grandpa, dude. Why do I think she looks a little bit like Lady Noelle? I digress. What do people think of her so far? The reviews in game are like, you know, I would say this is A territory, like an A, maybe flirting with A+. Oh, I love this build. Stoneskin Relentless. Any champion, any support champion for that matter, that have 2 abilities that are really good, I love throwing him in Relentless in the arena with Stoneskin. It's hard to pull off. You need the Stoneskin accessories, obviously. But think about it this way. Lady Noelle, we have an 18% chance to open the battle by freezing everybody and then getting an extra turn and then putting the unkillable on everybody along with the continuous heals and the increased speed. So that's a really strong 1-2 combo. That's why I run my Marichka, the Unbreakable, and any really good support that has 2 like really nice abilities in Relentless and Stoneskin for supports, right? It really is a game changer when it happens. It's RNG, it's unpredictable, but I really encourage you guys to consider Relentless inside the arena. A lot of endgame players have been doing it for, you know, months now, if not longer, and I would encourage you guys to consider the same if you're able to do it on your account. All right, so total stats here. We built her fast. I mean, we want her to go in there and land that freeze on that A3 as her opening move. Or if, you know, the other team goes first and they're dead allies, obviously a revive would be handy as well. We built her kind of tanky. I'd love to have her a little bit tankier, you know, like 100k HP minimum for the end game. So we did sacrifice some of the tankage for the speed here. I punted accuracy because I'm going to be running her with Sir Nic. Now, obviously, I just have to make a few changes if I want to build her with accuracy. Thus, I want to have accuracy on that banner, and I want to be looking for accuracy more on the substats of my amulet. So I threw on defense Stoneskin, HP Stoneskin, and I threw on a 1-piece protection on the HP, get a little resistance there as well. I love using the 9 pieces just to fill in for a 1-piece bonus, just to get those extra stats. I love that on my nukers as well, with like a 1-piece merciless for the 10% attack. It's significant, you know, and it all adds up. Okay, so stat priority, she's fairly easy to build when you have her with Sir Nic, so you don't have to worry about the accuracy. It's all speed and survivability, right? We have speed on the boots. We have HP with some resist, ideally HP. You can see we're leaving a lot of HP off the table by not having this a 6-star, not having the Ascension HP. We do have HP with defense on the gauntlets. In a perfect world, this would be all glyphed out. In a perfect world, it'd be HP and HP instead of HP and defense, but we're just going to be fine as is. These are the masteries on Lady Noelle. I love these masteries. Of course, you could go accuracy if you don't have Sir Nic. You could end with Eagle Eye. That's probably what I would do. Shout out to hellhades.com, the best website in the biz. They give her, by the way, in case you guys were curious, they're very high on Lady Noelle. They give her a 4.5 out of 5. I think in the arena, you can make that case. You can see the area rankings. You know, they Dragon Ice Golem hard, 4 out of 5. I mean, she's a reviver, healer, support, increased speed. You can use that pretty much anywhere. They give her a 4.5 in the arena. She's not doing any damage. The multipliers are irrelevant here. They recommend, for crowd control, going down and picking up Eagle Eye as a tier 6. I'll link the Hell Hades guide website, give them some love as well. They recommend going in Retribution and Deterrence as well. For Reviver support, I did end up going a little bit of a different direction. If she's going to be running her with Sir Nic as a reviver, I'd rather just go with the healing personally, but it's up to you guys. They recommend going with accuracy, making their way down to timely intervention there. So we ended up going kind of a little bit of a combination there. I picked up Rejuvenation, Resurgent. I love Resurgent on basically any support, any champion, frankly. Cycle of Revenge parlayed with a timely intervention to get that turn meter increase when it's most in need, right? Same reason we get Spirit Haste. We want our revivers to get back to their turn as soon as somebody's dead, and all of this helps. We pick up Rapid Response. She only has that increased speed, but hey, it's a 30% chance every time it is removed or expires to increase our turn meter, so we'll take that as well. I went with all the healing and a little damage mitigation on improved parry as well on critical hits. All right, so that's the build. I want to show Sir Nic. Now, Sir Nic, like I said, I'm disappointed in his damage. I built him all out nukage originally, right? One more, I'm sorry, before I move on, one more thing on Lady Noelle. If I wasn't going to go with this build, I would go with probably just Bolster. I would put her in a Bolster set. Bolster plus Stone Skin would be amazing. Or just Stone Skin. You could put her in a 2-piece Stone Skin, or rather a 6-piece Stone Skin to get the 2 turns out of it as well. So those would be my other considerations if you can't pull off a Relentless build, or you don't want to pull off a Relentless build. Sir Nic, Stone Skin Protection. Ooh, I love Sir Nic and Protection. I think that 5-piece Protection alongside Stone Skin is really underrated, okay? 6-piece Protection is a fantastic as well, but think about it this way. We can instantly activate his Goodwill ability. That's an unkillable for 2 turns. There's a lot of buff removal out there in the game right now. So what better thing than unkillable than a protected unkillable? Now, right now, I still wanted Stone Skin on him because I can't have him dead before he goes, and he's not built super fast, although we do have a reviver on the team. And in a way, if we open up with the A2 of Lady Noelle, well, honestly, we can trigger the A3 immediately. So I could see if you were able to build a very fast Lady Noelle that you could get by with a, full 9-piece protection set and then have a protected 2-turn unkillable on everybody. So that was something I considered, and you guys can consider as well if you have the gear. 9-piece protection with a super fast Lady Noelle, open up with the A2, boom, instant activation of the, but the reason I didn't do that is because sometimes I just want to open up with the A3 and freeze everybody with Lady Noelle, and then I won't have the protection on Sir Nic. But it's something to think about. Anyway, protection, 5-piece is insane. 25% chance to place a protected unkillable is very, very good, right? Unkillable becomes a hell of a lot better for 2 turns if it's protected. I'd rather have 50%. I'd rather have 75%. But the cool thing is I'm able to get 24 speed, 24% speed on a 5-piece protection, and it still fits with a 4-piece set, in this case, Stone Skin. So I really love this on Sir Nic, and I love him with Lightning Cage as a blessing on Sir Nic. On Lady Noelle, I almost called her Senna Amberheart. On Lady Noelle, I would probably make her my Intimidating Presence champion. I don't have her awakened here, but I'd probably go with Intimidating Presence. That way I could get the aura strengthened. She has that great speed aura anyway. Let's see. Okay, let's go into battle here. I showed you the Sir Nic. So the reason I went, you could go Stone Skin Savage on Sir Nic, by the way, or Lethal Stone Skin, but he just wasn't dealing the damage that I had remembered. So I built him still as a damage dealer. You know, he has almost 100k HP, 251, 101, 236. So, you know, he's kind of a little bit of a hybrid build, and those are his masteries. I didn't change anything from back in the day, so hopefully that still works just fine. Now, wait till you see the team that we have around these champions here. I decided to go all out Sacred Order. Let's just start here. Check it out. We get I Have the Power, He-Man. We get Falmond Mornsword as well. Now, Falmond, he just brings a whole new dynamic to this team. I'm not going to go over his entire kit, but he has like surplus damage because I have 3 faction allies on the team. He has Phil's turn meter of all allies whenever they place a buff or debuff, and all allies are immune to cooldown increasing effects. He has Revive on Death as well, so we can go right into a Crixia team, right into a Yameko team, obviously any cooldown champion, and we'll be immune, which is really cool. So we'll have some fun with this team a little bit in today's video with this arena squad. So she's going to go first on the team. She has 300 or so speed. So the first thing I'm going to look for here is, okay, does anybody have Stone Skin? In this case, nobody does. So we can just go in there and freeze everybody. Nothing can be blocked or resisted. So it's beautiful. Now we can go in with He-Man. We can just go with his AoE. The cool thing about He-Man is he brings his own increased attack, and we don't have an increased attack champion. The increased attack is actually very hard to find in Sacred Order. You know, some nukers like Cupidus bring their own increased attack, but really Mordecai ends up being the guy that I was looking at. I was like, okay, maybe Mordecai would fit, not in the arena necessarily, but anyway, I digress. We can just go in with a nuke here on the A2. The nice thing is, at least he is... at least he's Void Affinity, right? So, Sir Nic. So we don't have to worry at least about bad affinity matchups. I actually want to take a team or go against a team that has a cooldown champion so we can show it off a little bit. So we'll go against this squad here. They got a Crixia. They got a Taurus, Marichka, and Siphi as well. I think they're going to go first, so let's see what happens. They have a 50-50 shot at removing our Stone Skins with Crixia. Here it goes. And, okay, I think we're fine here, right? So, we have this Revive ability on this A2. We could just open up. Look at this. Against Taurus, we can just open up with the Unkillable, and then he won't be able to take us down. But the cool thing, well, yeah, let's just do that. Let's do that. And then, so we'll put it on Sir Nic. He'll instantly cast his ability. Now, the cool thing is we can essentially look at the other team. They only have 1 buff remover in Crixia, and she just used her buff removing ability on her A3 on her base form. So now... we can, as soon as this expires, because it's not on cooldown, the A3, the Unkillable, we can go right back to it again, right? So the bad news is this team is, I'm going to put the increased attack and go after Marichka, and we don't kill her. Fantastic. Great. Love it. The good news is check this out. We can basically keep cycling these Unkillables against a team like this. It's actually pretty cool, right? I wish I had some cleansing on this on this squad. All right. Let's see. We can go in with the freeze. Look at this, guys. I want to point this out. It's pretty obvious. It's right there in the text. And they do have a cleanser in Marichka. But this is perfect. We landed freeze, even though they all have protected block debuffs, right? That's the other cool thing about the synergy between these two champions. Now, we're probably going to lose this battle. Things aren't going that well. It's not over yet because we have, like, we can cycle Unkillables. But it's really nasty to be able to freeze champions. And I'm not going to... I'm going to stop attacking Marichka. It's really nasty to be able to freeze champions. Okay. Yeah, like I said, we're going to lose this one. But at least you guys saw... really cool to be able to go in there, execute that freeze, even though they have block debuffs, because it can't be resisted and it can't be blocked. Really strong. We show you the wins, we show you the losses. That was an L, but at least it demonstrated how freaking cool that A3 is, right? Like, I think, again, I see a few videos kind of hating on her, Just saying she's super underwhelming. And granted, we have her with Sir Nic. Not everybody has Sir Nic. I totally understand that. And now we have sheep. Hey, the curing sheep doesn't help if she's a sheep, by the way, right? So let's go in here and if the attack kills an enemy, fills a turn with all allies. I love that ability. Let's go ahead and try to kill Sun Wukong. Fill the turn meter of everybody. Hopefully get back to our next turn. There we go. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go in with the A2 to get that shield because they have Marius, and he's just going to remove our shield anyway. Now we can go in with the freeze on Marius. Isn't this beautiful? I mean, super cool. That freeze is so freaking handy, isn't it? Okay, now we can go A2, target the ally, and we can instantly activate the goodwill. We get the, unfortunately, no protection this time, but this one's pretty much over here, right? Get that surplus damage on Falman. He-Man goes in and finishes the job. You can see the potential on a team like this. Like, really, at least in my opinion, really fun. Let's go against this squad here and see what we can do. Might lose this one, but we're in high platinum. I pushed, pretty far here just so we're going against really good teams. Not worrying if we lose, but really trying to see what we can, what the potential here is in the end game. And again, to be able to go in right now with block debuffs on everybody and still freeze everybody, that's really nasty. That's really nasty. Okay, I keep going with the A2 instead of the A3 only because, oh man, He-Man. Only because I want to get that increased attack on him. Let's go in with the shield on everybody because we can instantly activate the A3 on the next move anyway, right? Here we go. Boom. There we go. Beautiful. Now we have some protected unkillables, hence that protection set. Gonna be great. Let's go A1 there. Let's go. Check it out. We can just freeze everybody all over again. Really nice control here. Now we have to contend with Marius. Let's go in on the A3 on Marius. Kill him. Surplus damage. Siffy's heal is down. Now we have to deal with stupid Nice. But he's not gonna die. We'll take him down. There we go. Nope. There we go. Nope. Oh, come on, Ash. Oh, come on. I hate Nice so much. I really botched that. I could have just went in there. Ignore defense. Yeah, that's not going to help us there. Don't die. I mean, we can just go auto here because he will die. It's just a matter of time. We have unkillable on all of our champions, and we have revive on death from Falmond. Listen, guys, I honestly, I'm having a blast with this combo. I could be here all day, but we took down some really tough teams. You saw, really, to me, the power here, what makes this so incredible, this combo, and what really brings the most out of it is the unblockable, unresistible freeze, right? And the instant trigger of that A2. I've seen every other content creator's videos on these two champions, and honestly, with all due respect, because I'm not the smartest content creator in the game, newsflash, I just think that they're a lot better than the average CC does. It seems like, in my estimation at least. So let me know how you feel about the combo, and let me know how you feel about her, Lady Noelle, that is, just in a vacuum. In a vacuum, as I said, she's not an S tier champion, or she's far from it, but she has a really nasty revive on a really short cooldown, and she can be a competent healer, increased speed champion. I think she's really good and can help a lot of players out there. So overall, my assessment is an A all by herself, or maybe even an A+ in a combo like this. Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.